Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. I'm your Game Master Darius. You might be looking at my character sheet right now going, wait a second, Dar. That's not how your character looked. Who the hell is that nerd? Why the hell are all these people still in here and all that fun stuff? Well, turns out I have played roughly another additional 16 hours before this point. After this point, rather. And I was having a legitimately bad time. So I made a very drastic decision. So what was the bad time? The bad time is a combination of tedium, of trying to deal with bugs, of trying to figure out where the hell I was supposed to go. And a lot of it just bled out really, really hard into the video itself. So I didn't exactly look at my exact stats by the time I had looked at this situation right here, but yeah, I'm still set up for fighting up against the Stag Lord and all that fun stuff, but I replayed the game from the beginning up to this point, and it was a lot faster because I didn't have to worry about all the nibbly-pibbly talking to NPCs, decision making, and all that traveling finaglery. And it, honestly, I feel like I am going to have a better time of it because I've made at least one really, really big decision when it came to replaying through this game. And that was removing the Call of the Wild mod. Because the Call of the Wild mod, while it provides a whole lot of, a slew of grand options that are just really effing good, and God help me, I really do love my options. A lot of it was buggy, a lot of it didn't work, and also slowed down the game. Like, notably, when you have the Call of the Wild mod installed, it takes longer for the game to actually boot up. The Pathfinder menu, like loading bar there, that takes at least 4 times as long. And I swear that the game is going to crash. And it just noticeably loads a lot faster because of it. So because y'all don't see all the stuff that had happened between this episode recording and the 16, however many hours, I was up to episode 32, so yeah, quite a bit. Because of that, one of the biggest breakdowns was that I had Tormund here as one of the other barbarian types, one that gave him Dirty Trick. There is the improved Dirty Trick, which I attempted to use, you know, thinking of it as the sort of bread and butter of the subtype of barbarian, and it didn't work. And the situation I was trying to use it in, it just didn't work properly. What I was supposed to do is that if you use it correctly, you cause them to be stunned, shaken, whatever effect the Dirty Trick provided for a round, plus one more round for every DC of 5 that you beat by the result of 5 that you beat the DC. Cool. The improved Dirty Trick makes that into 1d4 rounds, plus 1 round per round that you beat the DC by. Now, I had done extensive testing, and it didn't work. Like, it only ever did 1 turn, no matter how much I beat it by, no matter how much I cheated it by to improve my result by. And that was red flag number 1. Actually, red flag number 1 was the loading taking so goddamn long. Red flag number 2 was the Dirty Trick thing just not working. And then number 3 was my realization, way too late, that characters were changed from character to character. Like, Amiri was I believe the barbarian that she was she untamed, which, you know, I do like the subtypes of the character, but they also changed her stats around too. Valerie, instead of being a tower shield specialist, was a God, what was it? It's like Inglorious Bastard or something like that, where it was essentially kind of like an Inquisitor. I was mostly expecting the tower shield specialist, so it didn't bother me too much that, hey, no, something new. And for the most part, I am playing this game blind, so whatever. Of note, yes, I am pretty much just building her as a medium armor wielding badass with a tower shield, so her AC is still phenomenally high. And also, most importantly, when it comes to the changes between how far I've played so far and this particular video, I had found Tartusio in the tomb, and while I was there, I was able to either get Harim or Jaethal on my side instead. I can't stand Harim. I don't know. There's been a nihilist, and then there's Harim, Sumi. So instead, I was like, "Hey, Jaethal, come on, he's an idiot." And she was like, "You know, you're right," and just joined my side and joined the fight. She's actually pretty interesting. Inquisitors are a pretty neat class. They are a divine spellcaster, but they're very much along the lines of like a cleric when it comes to their base attack bonuses. They're like a weird mix of paladin and cleric in that regard. They are very much still strength based, so I might give her some heavier armor if that's an option for her. But she is a wisdom caster. Ominous Alliance. Jaethal is an elf from Kionin, one who is not quite alive. The elves exiled her from her kingdoms for her terrible deeds. Her search for a new home and a new patron has brought her to our leader's banner. She pays little heed to her companions, and when she does, she behaves as if she's ready to bite their heads off. She gives me the creeps. Let's hope her enemies are just as frightened. She is neutral evil. Now, that's one of the big red flags for me, is just seeing evil on this banner, because usually when the character is evil, they're just like baby-eating douchebags or Tartusio. And so far, she's more just pragmatic. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but that's besides the point. So, Inquisitors. They can do what it looks to be a lot of stuff, but this is all under the same ability. She gets an ability called Judgment that she can use so many times a day, which allows her to increase her damage rolls, increase the healing that she does, or gets? Causes the Inquisitor to heal one point of damage each round as long. Okay, yeah. Just fast healing. Increases the attack rolls, increases concentration and caster level checks, increases AC, increases saving throws, increases resistance against energy effects, and gives her damage reduction, period. She gets smiting, so she can hit things really, really good. And one of my favorite abilities, which I believe I actually had considered making Errant the Cold-Hearted from Wrath of the Righteous into an Inquisitor for, Bane Weapon. She can choose for a number of rounds per day whether or not her weapon is just got the Bane effect. So +2 to the attack damage, +2 to attack, +2 die 6 to damage against a selected foe type. It only functions while she wields the weapon, if dropped or taken, blah blah blah. And for that too, she also has some cleric-ish abilities. Again, she is proficient with medium armor. I gave her shield proficiency. Did I give her shield proficiency? I forget exactly what I did. No, she just has it. I'm squinting because I tried to give her a heavy shield +1 before and she wasn't gonna take it. Oh well. Anyways, what else was there? I gave her medium armor because her speed is meh. But as she gets stronger, she's gonna get more uses of her judgment, more uses of the Bane, which again, the Bane is pretty damn good. Now, she worships Urgathoa, also known as the Pallid Princess and the Lady Despair, goddess of physical excess, disease, and undead. She is mostly worshipped by dark necromancers, the undead, and those wishing to become undead. Sometimes those who live gluttonous lifestyles make supplications to her, as do those suffering from serious illness. Her faithful believe she was the first creature to defy Pharasma and return unnaturally from the boneyard and break free from the cycle of souls. So yeah, Urgathoa, first undead, theoretically speaking. And what a time that'll be. Yeah, she's pretty alright so far. I suppose I can also speak to her so that y'all can also get a better judgment of her as a character. Jithil greets you with a nod. Speak. I'd like to hear your story. Stories are boring and a waste of time. I was exiled from Kionin, I died, I was raised as by Urgathoa's gift. That is my story. Who were you before your exile? It's rather amusing. I belong to a wealthy family and held high position on the courts of Jadara, the capital of Kionin. When my little wrongdoings were revealed, the trial was held in the very same court where I tried cases and delivered sentences over several hundred years. An awkward situation, don't you think? Who'd you kill and why? Family. 4. His voice is calm and ordinary, as if speaking from something trivial. But why is the more interesting question? What is the worth of 1,000 years if you cannot enjoy it like your first 10 dozen springs? The elf's voice sounds unusually vehement. Everyone considers elves ever young, but our youthfulness, Jesus can't talk, is but a mask, a threadbare ritual gown. What lies underneath? The dust of years and jaded repetition. With each year, the dust grows thicker and erstwhile joys cease to excite and cloy as a dish you've tasted 1,000 times. Long did I search for a way to avert this fate. Don't I, who has truly tasted life, deserve a better lot than those benumbed old elves who close themselves to the world? And I found a way in the ancient texts of Urgathoa, a ritual involving the blood of my kin, a trifle that would make each day feel as a holiday, created especially for me. The ritual gave strength not only to my body but to my mind and my soul, and my mind whirled at every sensation, each sip of wine or skulking caress. Oh, how I miss this. My cousin was the first I used for the ritual. It was a simple matter to pass her death as an unfortunate accident, but the enchantment would not last. I had to find another, and again conceal my trail. With the third death, my family grew suspicion, and upon the fourth, my deeds were finally revealed. Such a pity. If not for this, my own life, even now, would overflow with burning passion, for I have dozens of useless relatives. Did you have family in Kionin? Anyone who is dear to you? Do you mean like someone who I would hesitate to sacrifice? Perhaps my daughter. I would regret the wasted effort. The creature turned out quite well. Like a properly trained dog or a well-managed horse. Reminder. Neutral evil. Pretty much means that she's going to get away with whatever the hell that she wants to / can. Is exile your only punishment for murder? For an elf, she says pointedly. Exile is a serious punishment. There's no other Kionin in the world. Even I, who despises its hypocrisy, must admit as such. How'd you die? What happened after? She frowns. I don't remember my death. I was stunned by the sentence of exile, and I admit I showed a weakness. I wandered aimlessly, absorbed in despair, without concern for my safety or sustenance, and then I remember desolate rocks, a stone I lay upon, a convulsion passing not only through my whole body but through my soul. Then I awakened, cold, calm, my body overwhelmed with strength but haunted by a strange internal silence. There were bloody prints of bone feet on the stone next to me, the sign of the goddess. A battle site lay nearby. That was the first and last time I heard Urgathoa's voice. She spoke but 3 words. Hail the Inquisitor. That is all. She has neither addressed me nor answered my pleas ever since. I will not bother you with the story of how I tried to comprehend my new condition. Soon I had a chance to put my new powers to the test. A group of my kin had tracked me through the woods. They were insolent, and I would pay dearly for this. But I had to reckon how I might free myself from their persistent chase. A powerful protector from among the short-lived could help me, and the Sword Lord seemed suitable. That is all. Tell me about your birthplace. I hope you do not ask for idle curiosity. Kionin is the birthplace of elves. The other races are allowed to visit within reasonable limits, usually only as far as Green Gold. That is the enclave for half-breeds, the short-lived, a whim of our queen. I enjoyed going there sometimes as to a wild beast show. Beyond this caricature of a city, Keonan is a mixture of grandeur and the sad remains of an ancient glory. Next to today's graceful dwellings lie the ruins of ancient monuments and fountains. Elves prefer to live in small groups in secluded settlements. The most outgoing and ambitious live in the capital, Yadara. Daily life is filled with the efforts of 100-year-old infants seeking worthy goals and 1,000-year-old stony cynics entertaining themselves however so they can. That is all. It is scarcely worth mentioning that even this gloom is far more tempting than anything one finds in lands of the short-lived. Enough about your past. What's it like being undead? You wish to know what it means to me personally, or what powers and limitation it possesses? Do you regret not being alive anymore? A shadow passes over her face. You surely know how to ask questions. She says nothing for a long time. Two desires led me through life: to feel pleasure time and time again, and to achieve perfection. And life brought me closer to the second. I am changeless, torn from time. The chaos of the world and even the soul circle has no power over me. But everything comes with a price. Most things that brought me pleasure in life are meaningless to me now. Can I decide which is better? How about healing spells, prayers, and potions? Dreadfully, of course, they affect me. Your healers had better stay away from me in battle. The undead are healed through interaction with negative energy, and I can perfectly manage that on my own. You don't need to sleep, right? I'm spared from that bothersome need, but I hope you do not take this as a reason to invent additional responsibilities to entertain me during the night. I spend this time meditating and addressing the goddess. What about, carnal pleasures? A tactless and facile question. Facile. That pleasure is now as senseless to me as food or wine. Action without feeling. No more questions about that. So what about your goddess? It might sound strange, but I know less than others about Urgathoa and her faith. My transformation into her Inquisitor was unexpected, but I will answer with the best of my knowledge. What do you know of Urgathoa herself? Oh, certainly. Urgathoa was once a mortal woman, basking in life and all the pleasures it had to offer. Her passion was so strong that Urgathoa rebelled against Pharasma, against death itself and its laws. After her own death, she escaped the power of the Lady of Graves and returned to the world as a goddess, and the first undead. Since then, she was protected as all who submit their... She has protected all who submit their souls to pleasure and passion, paying no heed to worn-out morals and dictates of law. What's it mean to be an Inquisitor of Urgathoa? This question is more complicated than it seems. An Inquisitor is by nature the most zealous defender of their faith, the hand of the goddess in mundane affairs. When I received this title and power, I expected that Urgathoa would tell me my mission, but this never happened. The goddess remained silent. There's only one reasonable explanation I can imagine: discovering what's expected of me in this part of my mission. So I reflect on this, make my prayers, and wait for a sign. Does she feud with other gods? No, not Urgathoa, but Pharasma still tries to call her to order, and Serene Ray to heal her. What does she require of her followers? To enjoy, to taste exquisite dishes, to feel the lover's caress and drink the enemy's suffering. A wonderful religious obligation, isn't it? Kind of a cruel one to bestow upon an undead servant, just gonna say. Why is the cult of Urgathoa forbidden in much of Golarion? Because Golarion is plagued by narrow-minded cowards. Some tremble at the freedom granted by Urgathoa, others fear the wrath of Pharasma and her priests. So what made you follow me? Curiosity, the need for a reliable ally. You see, you must come to understand what my goddess seeks from me. Urgathoa gave me the powers of Inquisitor without declaring her will to me. I await her reply, any hint or trace or clue. And I suppose our meeting was no mere accident. Besides, I imagine that several Keonan assassins still pursue me. They never risked attacking me while I was under the personal patronage of the Aldori. They're unlikely to attack while I have reliable allies like you. So, that's Jaethel. She's a pretty cool character so far, and she's been pretty fun to play with as well. But yeah, as for changes to the characters as a whole, Tormund, in the actual playthrough, I had on the first time of playing through this, I had reskinned him as a Blood Rager, which is more of a magic using barbarian, because I was also going to go Dragon Disciple. Again, Call of the Wild removed that option. Also, his charisma is now an 8, so that's not going to happen anytime soon as well. Most of his abilities are as such. I gave Tormund, Jaethel, Amiri, and Val, I want to say, all the ability of Precise Strike, so that all of them, while they're teaming up against a particular enemy, get an additional 1d6 points of damage, which is neat. Lethal stance, power attack, endurance, toughness, your rather stereotypical barbarian-y shit. Gave him uncanny dodge, lethal sense, which also gives him deadly accuracy, which just increases the bonus when rolling to confirm a crit, because criticalling in Pathfinder is just a little bit more jank. Lindsay, still a bard, more focus on her performances, lingering performance and extra performance, which did I take twice by accident? I think I might have taken twice by accident. Oh well. Most of her spells are still rather, well, spell-like. Yes. Then we got Tristian, which I swear I kind of hate. I like as a character, but I hate as a character at the same time, because what I wanted to do with him was turn him into a monk ecclesiarch. Unfortunately, that's not very possible, because you have to be lawful, I believe, in order to be a monk, which not gonna happen. So more or less, I'm trying to beef him up just a scotch with AC and whatnot. I might give him like A level, maybe 2 of fighter. A, so that he can actually defend himself. B, so that he can put on some freaking armor. But otherwise, he's pretty cool. Jaethel, we've already went over a little bit. She kind of has a heavy reliance on self-buffing herself, which is okay by me. Many of her spells are cleric-y spells, and they are cast per day, which is neat. Our good old-fashioned barbarian lady here. Kind of more stereotypical barbarian-ness. That I've also given Inspire Ferocity with her Reckless Stance, which allows her to pull other people into a rage, which is neat. Let's see. And then Valerie, who was that weird bastardish class of whateverness, is now just a full-fledged Tower Shield Specialist fighter. What this means is that she is going to benefit much more than usual from the Tower Shield than other folks would. See, usually... Oh, got it. Yeah. Usually when you're wielding a Tower Shield, you suffer a -2 penalty to all attack rolls. Tower Shield Specialists, though, don't, which is awesome. They still get a -10 to all their armor check penalty stuff, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. She's not going to do all that armor check penalty stuff. Also, in the initial playthrough, I have been using good old Octavia here, who has been pretty swell of a character, but she's no longer, what was it, a transmuter, I think? Now she's multi-class as a rogue wizard, which feels right, but feels weird at the same time. She has really good dexterity and intelligence right now. I didn't give her a belt. I need to buy her a belt. Most of her stuff I have given in more into her transmutation abilities, but I probably foolishly have decided to also increase her martial prowess with accomplished sneak attacker and whatnot. But I can also just have her turn invisible, snipe from afar to deal that additional damage. So there's that. Also, I was making a big deal in the other attempt of the first, like, 16 hours of this game, saying, oh man, she's gonna cast a pit spell all over the place. No, not anymore. Pit spell is gone because it was also part of the Call of the Wild module. And then Gorgongar. I still have no clue what the hell I'm gonna do with Gorgongar. I don't care about him. But more or less, I did give him, you know, some, let's see, where was it? I did give him extra arcane pool so he can focus more on that. He gained shield proficiency, which is really good, because now he can actually use a flippin' shield and, I don't know, defend himself. Look at that. You have an AC now. Congratulations. And up to this point, I pretty much just redid all the quests that I did before. Alright, sorry for the long ass video to reintroduce this stuff. I just really wanted to point out that, yes, I did start over again. It's been 6 hours, I just blitzed through all of the story that I did before, and now I am here. Bridge hoist part. There was some chunks that I had not did. Another big change, I suppose. Instead of letting one side of either the kobolds or the mites live, I just said screw it and slew them both. I suppose I should probably grab the food while I'm also here. Oh yeah. And I had done the smart thing, well, relatively smart thing, of actually adding spells into her spell book from scrolls now, so she actually knows some. Anyways, now that we're out of all that, let's grab our packing supply. Oh, I did do a little bit of change with the difficulties. Wanted to make sure that was a thing that I pointed out too, because difficulty in this is weird, because we have two things that changes the difficulties. One is the enemy difficulty, which is just reducing their ability scores by 4, their attack bonus, and their AC reduced by 2. I don't know if that stacks, because if you reduce your dexterity by 4, you're reducing your AC by 2. Whatever. Point is, I don't mind this so much. Enemy stat adjustments themselves are also its own weird-ass bugbear when it comes to this shit. Because it changes the difficulty class to attack them and all that fun shit. But enemy difficulty being set to weak, they're already pretty weak. So, yeah, I just decided to keep enemy difficulty at weak, which is yes, and then normal enemies, normal. Damage is still 1 point, critical hits are normal, all that fun shit. I think that's it. I am still going to not do the kingdom stuff when it finally comes around, because screw that noise. The only other thing I currently have set up, and yes, I've been using Jathelm more. The only other thing I have set up is that my travel capacity, no, what's the word? Encumbrance. I've tripled, because that shit drives me nuts. Anywho. Wait. Oh, I still had... Did I not give you the Fangberries? That was among the first quests that I did. Oh, most of this I've already done. I thought I did. Maybe I did it too fast. First day of Separate Glory. Yeah, Tactic League. Moon radishes. Secret room. Fangberries. But I did that part. I've given you the berries. Anyways. Failed to capture Tartuccio, was attacked and he killed.
Well, this is once again I thank you for.
Yeah, we've already covered that part. If I remember correctly. God, I hope so. Did I? Huh. I know I did the fangberries. I really wish that there was like a proper search bar. Or is there and I'm forgetting it? Well, I guess give me a moment while I go searching for fangberries again. Yeah, kind of weird that it didn't. I think what had happened is that I had tried to gather it and then I failed, but I thought that I still got them in the first place. I don't know. Also, I gave Svetlana the ring. She gave me some more camping supplies, which, well, why is also going to drag me down a skosh. Let's go ahead and toss those in there. I don't need them anymore. And leave. Yeah, sorry to anyone that was looking forward to more of the mod stuff. It's just that it was legitimately not working. Or what did work just didn't work correctly. It was driving me nuts. Yeah, for the most part, pretty much everything else has happened as it's expected to have happened. Why? It's clearly shorter this way, game. Also, there was a whole lot of back and forth between... Weird. There was a whole lot of back and forth between other regions and the middle region trying to get back to my kingdom. That was also driving me nuts. But I digress. We got the Stag Lord's port. Let's enter. Mind you, I'm not going to enjoy rereading all the dialogue all over again, but, you know. I'd rather revisit the game in a state that I am enjoying myself in than hate myself for playing said game. Hello, zombie. Why the Stag Lord's place is surrounded by zombies? I don't know. Critical. Yep, still gonna splat stuff for a bit. But yeah, Jaethal is pretty neat. I like her. More that I play with her. See, now the real reason why I brought Tristan along, and me forgetting that we all need rest so that we can actually cast all the spells and whatnot, is Fireball. Yeah, with the initially I was giving Valerie just all the goddamn AC via... Why'd you move like that? Oh well. With the use of... Why is everyone... Where's dudes? Sometimes a little funky with the movement thing. Ow. Come on. But the way that she was moving with the, use it on just wasn't working. She was maybe getting some movement in it, that was it. I don't know why the hell it's doing the thing that it's doing though. One moment, let me check something out. If I remember. Never gonna remember what buttons to press. I remember now though what had happened. I had set it up so as the person with the fastest speed applies to everything and everyone, which I think it doesn't truly know how to comprehend that. So yeah. 2. Yeah, okay, it's working now. Really, I did want to have that on, but I wanted to make it so as everyone was still working the same speed. I just wanted animations to be faster. Because that is among the other reasons why all the tedium. Now, if I really could, and if Jathel wasn't in the party, I really need to set up my hot bar again. Whoops. Now positive energy there, charge there for no particularly good reason. Well, his turn's done, so. Yes. Gather around now, class. For the whooping. Can you charge any one of these? No? Alright.
Out of my way!
Doot, 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 doot. Oh, 2 more dudes. Any less dudes? Any more dudes? More dudes. Okay. Wish I had pressed charge instead. I think I had semi-foolishly made it so as she does no longer... What's the word I'm looking for? She no longer can cleave. Which is, of course, very annoying. But it's fine. Because she does murder pretty good. I wanted to get everyone to level 6 before I had come into here, but it's fine. Damn, that might be the most gruesome death that you've caused all damn game there, Justine. What's in your head, zombie? God, so many zombies.
Unworthy.
Unworthy. Keep in mind too, the constant annoyance of first edition Pathfinder, and by extension a whole lot of early D&D 3.5 specifically. We cannot critical undead. Zombie Lord, Masterwork Schematar. Oh, and because of her lingering performance, she now does... Her performance remains for approximately 12 seconds after a combat. We pick +1. Ancient ruins with signs of more recent but likewise destroyed buildings. Whoa. There's a shitload of money. Oh, look at him, he's shuffling. Guess I don't necessarily need to inspire confidence, but it's nice to do. I mostly just want to get as many people out of this little building as possible now. Because getting out of here would be great when facing the Horde. God damn, why are there so flippin' many? I know there's never just one, but god damn. Ah yes, waddle on over me. Can't touch this dude. Ugh. Alright. Exit out here. Have decent damage. Jesus. Wish I've actually prepared more fireballs. Now, on top of these guys also being immune to critical hits,
let us strike as one.
I believe that also means that they're immune to precision
falter.
damage, which is a little bit butts, but okay. You know what? That was the heal living version, not the damage undead version. Gonna just have that prepared now. Maybe have Jathel stay back a little bit. Or aim for another. I do not remember this many zombies being here. Oh, sorry. Stretching. You know, if I keep on coming across foes akin to this, I might actually just make it so as... Jesus. Wait. I thought maybe they just simplified it for the system because there was going to be a whole lot of... I don't know. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that works. Damn it. I really could just put this into auto battling mode. Kind of hate putting it out like that, but at the same time, Jesus.
Let's hear you cry.
The sadness of having the one dude who is not unable to basically kill anything in one swing. Much as she tries. Alright, there's the palisade. More Taldane stuff. Palisade's another word for it. The walls is what I was trying to say. Hey, Cressel. How's it going?
Now, this is a surprise. I'm on my way to pay the Stag Lord a visit, and I don't expect it to be a friendly one. How about we go together? I'd appreciate some help during the fight.
Why did you decide to rebel?
I used my head, finally. I grew up in Restov, choking on hypocrisy. The Aldori make like these brave, noble defenders of justice. But they're afraid to do so much as bark at Shatova. The Stag Lord? He seemed different. Mighty, menacing, like a huge wave rolling toward the shore. He said he'd build a new kingdom here, and anyone brave enough to fight under his banner would get a new life. But now? Now he just sits in his fortress, drinking away and plumbing his bedroom pillows for some queen of his. Though, I can't say if she's real or just a symptom of his drunken delirium. I trusted him. In his name, I almost got Svetlana killed. The only living soul who's been kind to me. I was wrong, and I want to right that wrong with my own hands. I will free these lands of Stag Lord.
So what's your plan?
What's the plan? A fight's a fight. They'll let me and anyone with me inside the fort. No questions asked. Once we're in there, we call out the Stag Lord and tell him it's time to demonstrate his royal ambitions.
Direct attack might not be the best option. I'll look for other ways to enter the fort. Stay alert and join me when you hear the sound of fighting.
Fine. Just don't take long.
I mostly just don't want to immediately rush in to a possibly screwed situation. Just don't take long, she says, as though she's going to be like the sole person to do anything against her. Alright, heck it.
Die!
We faced a billion thylacines before. It's nothing new, nothing special. Human corpse, sign of torture. Perhaps I was banded prisoner, even one of them, punished by one misdeed. I thought there was a way through here. Not a huge map, mind you. It's just, god damn. I think that's just the entrance. Can I go down there? I can. For Fouchard +1. Okay, there is an athletics/mobility check that I can make there. But it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get Cressel's aid. There's a lot of dudes.
Onwards!
Where are you? There you are.
Get a nice walk in? Can we go to the fortress already?
Alright, let's use our plan.
Let's go. Let the fate of the stolen lands be decided in battle.
Oh, it's you, girl. Why have you come?
You made it out to see us. Quite an achievement for someone who claims to be king of these lands.
Hold your tongue, Cressel!
No, I've had enough of following you like a dog. I'm here for blood, Stag Lord. One of us won't see the end of this day.
All dogs try to bite their masters eventually. They shouldn't. These lands are mine! I won't let you take them from me!
That didn't end quite well. Bandit clerics is a lot of dudes. It's a lot of chaos. Although now I think you can see why the hell I was little apprehensive about the ability, the idea of a direct attack. Kyros. So did you just try to headbutt me? Did I just get critically hit for 48 damage? Where is it? Oh, also there's an owlbear in here. Well, 48 damage to Tristian, and I'm at -8. This is one of those fun reasons why I do not like to use the auto battle shit. Is it dead or just knocked down? Oh, Lindsay is still sitting in the back and alive. Alright, alright. We're gonna load properly. Like, I probably should have tried to save beforehand. That'd have been a mighty fine, smart idea, though. I didn't quick save for a while. Got too used to not quick saving when I was playing through again for 6 hours. Well, that's unfortunate. I think we're gonna go ahead, call an episode here. When we return, let's actually bring down the Stag Lord in a smart way. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this series as much as I've enjoyed playing it, and as always, I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care. Cheers.